Life is what you make it is a phrase that's true, so to speak. So, what if we all lived a similar kind of life with equal access and limitations? It's probably a very different kind of life we could have led. A young woman, Layla, 30 years old, is trying to keep it together. Lately, she's been feeling overwhelmed by everything going on in her life, long hours of work and less time to rest. Barely has a moment to herself.
Another day, another whirlwind. Work's piling up and the house looks like a tornado hit it. I just want a moment to breathe.
Okay, let's see. I have that presentation at 10, and I can't even find my keys.
Morning hours are usually very stressful. The unfinished reports, updating calendars, scheduling meetings, and making sure her boss has a successful day. All that is Layla's job. She sits at her desk, typing furiously. She looks overwhelmed as her phone buzzes with notifications. While her colleague's chatting, Layla at her desk is surrounded by paperwork.
Why does everything feel so heavy? I love my job, but the constant pressure is suffocating. I need a break, just a moment to catch my breath.
At work, it's non-stop. The phone calls, emails coming in, and she can't seem to catch a break. And then there is the co-workers. Somewhat another problem Layla needs to address.
Hey Layla, do you have a minute to help me with this report? I have to present it in 2 hours, but I still have a lot to finish up. Can you handle this for me, please?
I would love to, but I can't. Not today. I'm drowning in my own tasks. I have no time. I have my own reports to finish. I am sure you can figure out a way of handling all your tasks and getting everything done. I am trying to do the same here.
Layla, come on, help me out here.
No, Jessica, not today, I said. I am busy too.
Lunch break is no break for Layla either. 10 minutes to grab a bite of her fast food is all she's got before her boss calls out for her. When she takes her first bite, she's disgusted by the kind of food she's having. And when her phone rings, it marks the end of her lunch break. She has to drop everything and report to duty. Evening hours are just as busy as daytime. She runs through her emails, leaves all reports ready at the boss's desk for him to review when he comes in the morning, takes a minute to chat with her friends before she heads back home. While home, there isn't much she does since she's tired from a long day.
Home sweet home, is it though? I'm hungry and too tired to even think about making dinner.
By the time Layla gets home, she is too exhausted to keep her eyes open for an hour. At 8 p.m., she has her dinner and after has a long shower, soaking her body long enough to feel fresh again. And after that long shower, she spends a few minutes in front of her TV before she falls asleep. 7 hours of sleep before another day breaks. A long day, probably longer than the one before, begins once again. But just what if things were different? What if life was different? Not only for Layla, but for every single person on Earth. What if we all lived in a very different kind of world? In a world where Earth and heaven were intertwined? What if the Earth and heaven were not that distinctively different? Then Layla would probably get to see what her everyday wish come true. The very same wish she has every morning when she wakes up. Do you want to know what her wish is? We will find out what it is in our next part of A Life We Could Have Led. Thank you for watching the pilot. See you then.